Hello everyone, this is Moshe the Electric Israeli. Thank you for joining my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Today I want to share with you a couple of studies that I read. One of them is about how many cars will be driven in, how many electric cars will be driven in the world in 2050. That's when I'm going to be 87 years old, or 85 years old, whatever that is. And actually another study from the government of Britain of what are the 3 or 4 top, I don't want to call them myth, they call them myth, I don't want to call them myth, thought issues for people that stop people from buying electric cars. So let's start with the first one. The prediction is that in 2050, there will be 300 million cars, electric cars driven in the world. Just so you know, for percentage-wise today, it's less than 1% electric cars in the world, electric or plug-in hybrid. So I don't believe that prediction at all. It could be more, it could be less. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, I always look at the smartphone revolution and how quickly it took over the world. So you don't know. You never know. You never know what technologies are coming up. Who knows? The whole future of mobility is unpredictable. That's number one. As for the British government study about what are the obstacles for people to adapt to electric cars, the top one, the number one, that's like over 80%, 87%, say that charging infrastructure. And I can relate, even though once you remove that psychological barrier that most of the driving that you do is local, and if you do a little calculation, you should know that 95% of the time you're going to charge at home, then that becomes non-issue. I had that psychological problem for the first 2 years. And then here I am, I'm driving a Nissan, 80 miles Nissan Leaf. I have 36,428 miles on it, and I never got close to be stuck anywhere because you know what this car can do and you know what to do. Okay, now obviously it depends where you live. Is it a city? Is it a suburb? It depends. But that's something that is no longer an issue in most places. You can absolutely find a way, especially if you're driving a plug-in hybrid. Plug-in hybrid, there's no issue. You can drive wherever you want. You can put gas and just drive. So that's number one. Number two, which is I relate, and I think that is legitimate in certain cases, and it's not in others, but I can relate, and that's the length of charging. The length of charging. I'm talking about, let's say from empty, like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Now, it is an issue in certain situation, but again, most of the time it's not an issue because I'll tell you, think about what does most people's cars do all day long. They parked. I'm on my way to work now. Guess what my car is going to do? It's going to be parked for 7-8 hours. Okay, so I have a charger. It will charge and whatever. It's no big deal. It's no big deal whatsoever. So that is an issue if you need your car all the time, if you're driving all the time. Again, a plug-in hybrid will solve that issue. But a pure electric car, there might be an issue for a very, very tiny sliver of the population. All right? The speed. But it is an issue. It is an issue. People who drive fast, or drive distances and need to stop, that's an issue. Now, the Tesla supercharger, depending how many miles you need to recharge, you can do it in 20 minutes and get significant amount of charge, and also the quick chargers that you have for non-Tesla cars. So these are the top issues that people have: is the charging infrastructure, the charging time, and then now comes the myths. What happened when a plug-in hybrid car runs out of charge, that it gets stuck? Now, I have to tell you, I have a friend, an intelligent friend, okay, and I explained to him about my Chevy Volt, and you say, so what happened when you ran out of gas? I say, you stop in a gas station and you put more gas like you do in your car. Oh, you can do that in a plug-in hybrid? Yes, you can. Yes, it is possible to do that, yes. So that's when people don't understand, or what is your miles per gallon in an electric car. I said, there's no miles per gallon in an electric car. It's just, anyway, things like this. But I think that as time goes by, and if you can get over that psychological barrier, that most of the time, my two cars, my electric car and my plug-in hybrid car, 99, not 95, 99% of the time we charge at home. Again, if you live in the city, I understand. Just so you know, most of the electric cars that people own are in big cities. Okay, so people make do. Having said that, public charging is still a serious issue, and I always like private solutions like Tesla did with the superchargers and destination chargers that you can really go. But this is really, I don't like government anything, so I prefer it will be private or local people get together and finding solutions for themselves. If they live in a building and whatever, it is possible to do. Absolutely, it's possible to do if there is a will. But most of the time, you will go back to the destination where you came from, and that's where you will charge most of the time. All right. Now, again, a plug-in hybrid car solves that issue because you can charge, and if you don't find a place to charge, you can just keep going. You know what I mean? So that's something that you can do. Once you get over those psychological barriers, then you're good. All right, that's it for today, guys. Let me share with me, of course, your comments and your questions and anything that's on your mind. Meantime, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Help me change the world one electric car at a time. And you can support my channel by becoming a patron or shop on the Electric Israeli store. And I will see you tomorrow.